G'day guys, Steph Madden there for another episode of Pies Chat Show. We've got the disappointing review of the Carlton loss, and I might tee us off here, guys. I'm shattered. I'm absolutely heartbroken as a Collingwood supporter. I had to sit in the outer with the filth and watch them walk away with a victory. And these are the questions I ask myself. Where is our club going? What is our game plan? What is our structure? I don't know. All year, we've been fed messages. We've got the second youngest list in the AFL. We've turned over 36 players now. We've got injuries. We need time to gel. And the list goes on. For mine, what I'm seeing consistently is effort varies. I never see hunger at the footy consistently across 4 quarters, not even round to round. I don't see the boys investing in playing for the jumper. I don't see a clear structure and I don't see a clear game plan. I go to every match and I think, what Collingwood am I going to get today? And this is getting worse and worse. And the buck needs to stop somewhere. I love bucks. I absolutely love bucks. But where my concern is the message getting through to the players? Now, I'm not saying let's question Bucks. Let's question his tenure. Let's send him out. I'm saying, Bucks, you need to address these communication issues that we've got. We need to go out there and have a consistent effort, consistent structure, consistent game plan, or else these questions are going to start being asked. Then your tenure, your job security starts to come into question. And really, the stability of our football club, I've got real headaches.
Well, look, right now, the way we lie, 7 rounds in, we're 2-5. Like you said, it's not about the tenure, right? Bucks has got this year and he's got next year. Don't buy into the rubbish that do they call for his head. Let's just settle here. Right? They're the deeper issues that you like. The effort and the hunger and the team chemistry. That is the stuff that we want to see from here to the end of the season. They're the signs that we want to see. We don't want to see, alright, the finals is probably out of the question now, but it's not, we don't want to see him making the finals. We want to see passion, passion for the jumper, hunger. And I'll tell you, that's one thing I saw out of Carlton on the weekend. They don't have a great list. They're a developing side, but they've got want.
They want to play for
each other.
They
want.
Not only that, I think they're really wanting to play for their coach. I don't know if the players are wanting to play for Buckley. I would assume that they are, because he seems to have a lot of respect coming from that playing group
in the inner circle.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. Led by Pendles. I think there's a lot of respect there. I think that the players are as much to blame as what Buckley is. I think that the players are Buckley's a bit of a scapegoat for the players at this point.
Well, they're the ones that aren't executing.
There is not enough on-field leaders to push through, to get the message through. Okay, you got your Adams, you got your Trelaws, you got your Pendlebury's, you got your side bottoms, right? You got your Ben Reid. It pretty much stops there.
Well, look, the younger blokes need to start standing up then.
From the game, I think there's a handful of guys that can hold their head up high and say that they gave it their all.
Reel them off.
And it's the same.
I'd say the skip played well.
Yep.
Side bottom for Solo, Darcy Moore. I think Jeremy had his best game for the club. Who else?
It stops there.
Guys like Oxley, he was nowhere near as effective as he could be, especially when guys like Sinclair and Langdon aren't in the 22. He's got to step up and fill that void and take on a better role. Greenwood, he's been up and down, and he was definitely down.
Got absolutely handed to him by the Carlton midfield. They were all over us.
Look, this is not only just reviewing a game. This is reviewing where we're at as a football club.
Well, it's no longer early stages in the season. We're 7 rounds in now. That's an eighth of the season practically gone. We're in the middle of the year. And we need to start to fix these problems immediately. We can't go on another week, another 2 weeks. We need to see the effort come straight back. And it doesn't need to be a response. The heat got put on us leading into the Anzac Day game, and they responded. And then it felt fair enough. West Coast away is a difficult opponent, and we did have effort for 2 quarters. We need constant effort for 4 quarters for the remaining rounds of the year.
Now, where do you think the issues lie? Is it Buckley's not putting out the best 22 that he possibly can? Is his game plan too difficult for them to execute? Is he trying to overcomplicate things?
I
What
think-
is what
I
is
think-
it? Because we won the flag 6 years ago with a simple message. It was pressure. It was lock the ball inside forward 50 in the forward half. We played most of our games that year in our forward 50.
Here's the
Right.
key.
Well,
This is
not only then, but even last year, we were ranked third in the competition for time spent in forward half. That's certainly not the case this year. We're copying multiple marks inside 50, and we're not getting enough marks in defensive 50. That ability to stop an attack and rebound.
the one clear one for me, game plan related. Leading into the season, and I know we can't draw too much from the NAB Cup, but the one thing I was excited to see from Collingwood is they were taking the game on. You look at the best teams in the competition, your Hawthorns, your North Melbournes, your Sydneys, they play on at all costs. They assess the situation and they play on at all
The
costs.
corridor was our friend during the pre-season.
They can't do
Did
it.
you see Collingwood on the weekend?
I'll tell you
We
where I
were
was.
stagnant, we were slow, we didn't move the ball with any speed.
Now, I can't recall who it was, but I remember a distinct moment. We did a lot of kicking, not sideways, but it was backwards. Now, at a certain stage of that game, we were kicking towards the punt road end. One of our players was on the members' wing, half back line. He had taken on a player, got around him, and you thought, beautiful. Here we go, taking the game on, like you said. Then turns and kicks backwards.
Yeah.
You tell me what's the point
Take-
of taking on a player and then going backwards?
Keep going, take the game on, come out of your shell, boys. We really want to see just attacking football. I don't care if we cop 200 points next week, but if we take the game on and we show a bit of effort and we show initiative, I'm a happy supporter. Because that's where we're at. That's a true reflection of where we're at.
Do you think
But
that...
don't go in and kick backwards, sideways, not play on.
I agree.
The whole of the football department needs to reassess the coaching staff, the directors of football, the players, and even at your different levels, your leaders, your first year players, everyone really has to assess where they're at. The good thing is this week we go up to Brisbane. Now, an away game, an interstate game, that brings the team together. They travel together, they've got a lot more time together. They need to maximise this time together, really do some, some team building exercises in the hotel room.
They need to
whatever
love
they
each
wanna
other. Get around each other.
I think regardless of form, his best 22 needs to play. If that means Cloak plays, if that means the young boys step out, Smith and whoever needs to step out, then so be it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You
Steph.
play.
Definitely.
We need to start playing out. Don't worry. Okay,
Cloak's been made the example of.
they're good enough to have. We've got a lot of depth, and that's great. And you can see our young boys are really good. But play our best team.
Look, Cloak he's had his knock. He's gone down to the VFL, but you can't have your 200 plus game premiership winning centre half forward playing in the VFL. He needs to be playing whether he's in great form or whether he's in average form. He needs to be there as a leader.
Well, on
and
Saturday against Carlton,
where was our structure?
we had no structure.
That's
So
right.
half time we had 0 marks
Absolutely.
inside forward 50. Whether Cloak's not playing his best game, he brings a structure. You build a forward line around him. The opposition's got that in the back of their minds that he's there, somewhere he's there.
Well, he's still got his
That's
best
right.
footy ahead of him.
So I think
That's a big call, Steph. You reckon?
He's still got his. Oh,
You think Cloak has more to give than
not maybe not his best football, but he can get back to his best football. He may not be better than what he was, but he can still get to that
You think he can still
to
get
that
his
level
best?
that he
Okay,
was
fair
at.
enough.
That number one contested mark in the league.
You don't think that's gone?
Oh, of course not. If anything, he should be better. He should be at the peak of his career now.
Well,
He's
he's
28
28
years old. He should, with the body that he has,
So is
that
it
he's
just,
built
is
over
it
the
just
years.
simply a confidence issue?
Of course it is.
Okay, well that's fair enough.
But he needs to get angry. He needs to demand the ball. If you
There's
see,
no point
if
doing
you're-
that against Preston in the VFL, mate. Get him out
exactly,
there on the
and
MCG.
that's where my point lies. Where I said we need our best 22 out there, most experienced 22 out there, and put it to them.
That's all I've got time for today on Pies Chat Show. We'll catch you for the preview show later this week. Go Pies!